designed for someone who is learning how to cook, but is going through drug and alcohol recovery. Specifically designed for opiate recovery. But yeah, so just so you guys know what that entails is very high in omega-3. It's one of the bigger things. Overall, everyone's going to have malnutrition from basically not caring about their body and caring about their things. So doing a variety of vegetables and stuff to get them introduced to it. So, yeah.
So are you going to use both burners for burners?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that okay?
The only thing I'm already noting is I don't know if we'll be able to see your cutting if you're cutting anything. So we may need to put something underneath and then bring. Yeah. That may work. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay.
And did you ever find a wok or no?
Yeah, there is just that one right there. You can.
No, I mean like a small.
No, we don't have a small
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, you ready? Start.
All right. Hello, my name is Chris, and this is Ely. He's going to be helping me out today. We're going to today be working on a dish that is designed specifically for opiate recovery. It's going to be a fresh homemade pasta that with then a little bit of an Asian type of flavors going on with it. In order to achieve an opiate recovery type of situation, we're looking to do a variety of different nutrients going in, specifically omega-3, which we'll accomplish by having a nice seared tuna going with it. So, good. Ely's going to go ahead and start rolling out the pasta. We're using a KitchenAid roller just to make life a lot easier. This is going to be a whole grain pasta, but you can always do this with a variety of different grains. The general recipe for it is going to be 3 cups of flour, 1 egg yolk, water as needed. I normally start with around ½ a cup and work my way up from there. And some salt, normally around a teaspoon. I'm going to mix it and then until it forms into a ball, and then we need to let it rest for at least 30 minutes in order to let the gluten relax so it doesn't just punch straight back. As you can see with this one, when we pull it, it will go back a little bit, but not that much. The fresh one that you just do, when you pull on it, it'll just immediately elastically go back. So, yeah. So what else we're going to be using today? It's going to be some red bell peppers, some nice portobello mushrooms, a little bit of bok choy, which if you never had that before, it's a style of Asian cabbage, some zucchini, and then some carrots and parsnips. Parsnips, if you haven't had them, are going to be more along the lines of a sweeter carrot. It's a root vegetable as well as some oranges and limes to get some fresh squeezed orange juice. To achieve some of these cuts that we did, which are nice little batons on a bias, I'll show you how to do those. What basically you do is take your knife, cut it at a nice sharp angle, go back through on that same angle over and over. Same exact size if you can. You paid for the whole knife, so use the whole knife when you're pulling it through. Don't just do a chopping motion. You're going to dull your blade quicker that way as well. Right. So over here, we also made a nice little mushroom stock. So basically, what a mushroom stock is going to be is mostly mushrooms to get the nice mushroom flavor, but then you're also going to add a variety of different vegetables into it. I normally just add whatever scraps I have. In this one, there's a little bit of garlic, some ginger, there was some carrots and parsnip snaps went in there, and then obviously the mushrooms. So, yeah. So with the tuna, what we're going to do is get it nicely squared off. As you can see, it's a little bit lopsided and doesn't look as pretty. So with that, nice sharp knife, slice through. Same thing on all the sides.
Are you going to sear the tuna?
Yeah. So with that, we've got a nice block of tuna that is going to look beautiful for plate presentation. And we want it to be even all the way through in order to ensure that it'll cook evenly. Okay? So the pasta we appear to be having a little bit of difficulty with. And whenever you handle fish, make sure that you wash your hands. Any type of raw meat right after, so you don't cross-contaminate anything. So while he's working on the pasta, I am going to go ahead and start to sear off the fish. So we're gonna get our pan really nice and hot. Make sure that we season our fish. Just gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper on this. Since it is gonna be a thicker cut of meat, you wanna make sure that you salt and pepper liberally so that it will penetrate through. Once our pan has gotten nice and hot, we're going to use a sesame oil and vegetable oil blend. The sesame oil is more expensive than vegetable oil, but it gives a really nice flavor, but it's also very strong. There's no reason that we need to use 100% sesame oil because you can still achieve the flavor while keeping it lower cost. So go ahead, get some of that in your nice hot pan. Once that comes up to heat, we're going to do a really nice, very quick sear on both sides of the tuna, and then we're going to go directly into an oven that you want set, depending on your oven, somewhere between 350 and 400 degrees, and finish cooking it from there.
So how long do you sear for?
Sear for is, as you'll see, will probably depend on how hot your pan is and how hot you can get your pan. You're looking for a total of maybe a minute.
Like both sides or total?
Both sides, total of 1 minute,
Okay.
30 seconds on each side, as long as your pan will get nice and hot. You want to hear that sound when it goes in. If you don't, your pan is not hot enough. So you want it to get what's referred to as the Maillard reaction, which is the browning of the meat. You want a nice sear. Easy way to tell when it's done. If it's still sticking, it's not ready to be flipped. So as you can see, right here we've got the pasta, nice thinly rolled out. We're going to go ahead, add some more flour to it.
What did you say the pasta was made?
This one is going to be quinoa flour with then whole wheat flour, as well as a tiny, a little bit of AP flour. Just did a nice blend. Okay. See, we've got a nice browning on the fish right there. We're going to do this other side and let it go. With this, since it's going to be finishing in the oven, I can go directly into the oven now, and it will continue to sear.
I'm just going to turn this on for about a minute.
Yes. Right. So next we're going to start sauteing off the vegetables. We're going to do that same type of oil, let the pan get nice and hot. You always want to start with your vegetables that are going to take the longest to cook first. So with that for us, it's going to be our carrots and parsnips.
Do you ever blanch any beforehand?
You could if you want to. I personally like my vegetables to be rather al dente. Personal preference. You also can, with cooking of some vegetables too much, you can lose some nutrients out of it. With this particular group, with wanting it to be an opiate recovery type of pasta, it's better if we can preserve all the nutrients possible. So with that, as you can see, it didn't quite make that nice sear sound. That's fine with this because I did turn the temperature down and we're going to be cooking it for a little while. So as you can see with the pasta coming out here, this is an automatic cutter. Makes nice, really thin pasta. Makes life a lot easier. If you don't have this machine, you can always use a rolling pin, a knife, or what I personally like to use if you don't have that option is a pizza cutter. And roll straight through. So that move them around, we don't want to get too much browning going on it. Go ahead, add a touch of salt now. And then we're going to add our next vegetable, which will take next longest to cook, which will be our celery. Then we're going to go ahead and add our zucchini. Next thing we can do is add our bok choy without adding paper towel to keep it dry. Always want to make sure that your vegetables are dry to prevent the oil from popping. If you have a lot of water in it, that's where it's going to pop like crazy and you're going to get burned. Then the last two ingredients can go ahead and go in as far as our vegetables. A little bit of mushroom, a little bit of red bell pepper. Add some more seasonings. We're going to do salt, pepper, crushed red pepper. You can always add ginger and garlic to this if you choose to. And then we're going to start adding a little bit of our mushroom stock. At this point, we're also going to go ahead and cook our pasta, which is going to take virtually no time because it is fresh and so small. Looking at maybe 30 seconds on that. We can go ahead and kill the heat on this. It is pretty much done. While we are waiting on that to finish, we can go ahead and get our tuna ready. I went ahead and did one ahead of time so that we would be able to have it ready on time. Always make sure that you go onto a clean cutting board. Looking for this is going to be some nice thick slices. And hopefully without it completely falling apart. So this one came apart, which means that my knife is not sharp enough. But yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start plating. Pasta's nicely done. Go into the bowl. Add a little bit more of the mushroom stock to get that nice flavor. If you can get this off. We'll do it the easier way. Toss it, incorporate all the flavors throughout. And then we can plate. We adjust this a little bit over so that y'all can see. Get a nice variety, beautiful colors from all these vegetables. And then we can finish it with some garnishes. This is a mixture of fresh basil and mint. And then some scallions I've cut on a bias as well. Finally, we'll add our tuna. Which ideally this would stay together better. And there you have it, a nice, refreshing pasta with tuna that's going to provide you with plenty of omega-3s and a variety of nutrients in order to help you recover from your addiction. I'm Chris. Once again, this is Eli. Thank you very much.